Hi, this is David Skrika. So we're gonna do a video today. This is our stock chart of the day. Just do this quickly here. No, we're looking at we're gonna call this meta stock gains. Uh, I'm gonna play on mega. But anyhow, so Facebook Meta, what do you want to call it? Had good earnings again, and really is now erased all the losses and most of the losses in 2022. I am kicking myself for not buying this one, and the reason being is this may sound kind of funny, but when I see what's going around in the world and what they're doing, with pushing everything on climate change, anytime we get a heat wave, etc., they're going to make it harder for people to travel. Actually, I saw that as a Canadian or American next year, you may have to pay this small, like €8, 7, €8 tax to go to Europe next year. And I think France outlawed domestic flights. So, and meanwhile, housing has gotten so expensive. And I look at it and it's like, my stepbrother's here with me. He's about 15 years old, and he likes this movie called Player One. That actually Steven Spielberg, I think, produced it, and it takes place in the future in Columbus, Ohio, and everyone's living in almost like these high rises that are like trailers, and then life is crap and expensive, and there's no space, and everyone kind of gets away through these VR, playing these games and living in this fantasy world online. And I'm like, I don't know, it seems like a pretty realistic movie. Sometimes you see a movie and you're like, yeah, that's how things are actually going to be, even though it's a movie, right? And that, I kind of looked at that and was like, you know what, I actually consider buying Facebook, because what he's setting up with the metaverse and wearing your VR and having people, and I hate Zuckerberg. I think he's actually a complete tool, but as a human being, not but like as a businessman, an idea guy is pretty smart. So I was just like, you know what, I should consider buying this thing, because this really is the future. So, and I think it will be. I think they're going to make it harder for people to travel. They're going to blame anything that happens on climate change, and it's just more excuses for more government and more taxes, etc. But anyhow, it just boomed, and then also kind of goes into my macro market theme. And in our next stock chart of the day, I'm putting this on a Thursday, but our next stock chart of the day on Friday is going to be the long-term view, and we're going to look at long-term charts of S&P and Nasdaq. And anyhow, but I just want to show you the Nasdaq. I just think we're going to break out. You go this high here, just this kind of little chart that's on. I'll do a full screen version of it. Here is, I hate the new Yahoo Finance. Try later. Okay. So we go look at a max chart. Okay, there you go. So we go to the max chart. Sorry. Okay, so I don't know why Yahoo Finance does that sort of thing, but anyhow, you can see it here. It just looks to me like we're going to break out, and it's at the very least we're going to have a double top in the market, kind of like we had over the summer of 2000, or maybe 2007, or the Nasdaq will reach a slightly higher high. But I think we're going to break out and go to whatever 17, 18,000 on the Nasdaq. So yeah, we're overbought here, and could we have like these little corrections happen in 2010? Could one of these corrections happen? For sure. But I just don't think you rally. And I've said this for a while, for 10, 11, 10 months or whatever it is now, 9, 10 months, and go into a new bear market. So I do think that bear market last year is looking increasing like the 1966 bear market. And this is why I've been looking at these beaten up companies like the weed stocks, or like Skills and Fubo and stuff like this, because if the market does, you've probably seen the big gains off the lows, but even if it continues just to kind of grind higher, I think these kind of small beaten down companies are the ones that will move much bigger. Like if the weed market turns around, many of those companies can go up 5, 10 fold. Not seeing the same. I feel the same thing about those Fubo Skills trade. So anyhow, I just wanted to show you that, and we're gonna go back to this. And it's just like when I look at that chart, that long-term chart of the Nasdaq, that max chart, I'm just like, it just looks to me like, yeah, boom. This maybe the next blow off will be the actual final blow off of this secular bull market or whatever. It doesn't have to go to 20,000 or something, but it definitely looks to me like this high of August, or like this is a quarterly chart. Um, you know, this high basically hit in 2021, 15 to 16,000 at some point may get taken out, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, that sort of thing. Even the stock trade, I'm not supposed to mention our trades, but I think people know I'm bullish on Fubo anyhow. So anyhow, that's going to be it for today. Meta has had great earnings and come up. We saw sell from Microsoft. We also saw Google do well. So it's been more positive than negative on that front. And then what I'm going to show you now is I'm going to show you, or what I'm going to show you shortly, and on Friday, what we're going to show is the long-term charts of the S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, and why, again, it does kind of look like, I've been saying this for months, that it will be headed higher.